Thanks to one of the best marketing campaigns in recent history, Oz Perkins' new horror thriller Longlegs became a commercial hit upon its release on July 12, 2024. The film grossed $22.6 million on its opening weekend, via Box Office Mojo, leading many to believe that Perkins, the son of Hollywood great and Psycho star Anthony Perkins, is poised to become the next best filmmaker to elevate the horror genre. Although Longlegs functions much better as an unnerving crime thriller than a scary movie for hardened horror fans, the semi-secret presence of Nicolas Cage as the titular terror remains among the movie's unsettling strong suits. Perkins conceived the marketing strategy to avoid using Cage's presence in the movie as the main draw, forcing its distributor Neon to create a radical new way of attracting viewers. The brilliant result worked, with Longlegs in the running to be named the best horror movie of 2024. What is Longlegs about? Set in Oregon in 1995, Longlegs is a crime thriller with sinister overtones written and directed by Oz Perkins. The story concerns haunted FBI agent Lee Harker, Maika Monroe, who is assigned to investigate a series of mysterious family murders throughout the state over many decades. Along with her supervisor, Agent Carter, Blair Underwood, Harker pores through mounds of evidence looking for connecting clues to each massacre. Harker is also partially psychic and has a religiously devout mother, Ruth, Alicia Witt, who lives alone and constantly calls and checks up on her. When Harker is told that the family killings consist of the father killing the entire family before committing suicide, she begins to piece together clues about the culprit's identity. Stranger yet, each family massacre occurs 6 days before or after the daughter's birthday, which falls on the 14th of any given month. Harker also pores through letters written and left at the crime scenes by the killer and begins decoding the religious symbolism and biblical references that indicate a satanic ritual of sorts. Each letter is signed by Longlegs, a deleterious dollmaker and semi-supernatural serial killer obsessed with children and the music of 70s rock band T-Rex. Once Harker identifies Longlegs as a disturbed man named Cobble, her tragic past comes to light in haunting ways that connect to her childhood and her 13th birthday. Yet, despite knowing Cobble/Longlegs is the one responsible for the family massacres that appear like murder-suicides, Harker determines that he never actually enters the house and requires an accomplice to do his evil bidding. Despite the predictable ending and lack of legitimate scares for hardcore horror fans, Longlegs is a superbly crafted crime thriller that increases a foreboding sense of dread around Nicolas Cage's unrecognizable cryptic countenance. Longlegs' marketing plan was deliberate from the get-go. In design, the promotional materials for Longlegs avoided capitalizing on Nicolas Cage's presence. During test screenings of the film, audiences lauded Cage's unhinged performance as Longlegs but expressed concerns that he was too terrifying and would scare off potential viewers. In response, Perkins formulated the plan to obscure Cage's involvement with the film as much as possible and eliminate images of his character from the posters, trailers, teasers, online ads, and TV spots. The idea was to limit scaring viewers in the advertisements and unleash Cage's histrionic horror turn in the theater. Speaking with Polygon, Perkins explained the reasoning behind the brilliant marketing ploy and how he used familiar crime thrillers as a red herring, stating, "I use things like Silence of the Lambs, Say 7N, and Zodiac as kind of primers. So the audience sees those clues, or those cues, and says, okay, I understand how this will work. It's meant to be easier on an audience to connect with it. So that when it gets funky, and it does get funky, we've kind of earned it. It's more playful at that point. I think in previous movies, I think I've gotten a little opaque. Now I want to make something that more people will enjoy, and will give me more latitude to do what I want, so it starts with something more familiar." Perkins also addressed the decision to cast Cage, who, along with Brad Pitt, were his first choices for the role. Once Cage read and loved the script, Perkins noted, "There's no version where I'm going to try to change him into something that he's not, or try to diffuse what he's going to bring. You don't get Nicolas Cage in your picture unless you want what he's going to bring. You kind of just wait and see what it is. And you have faith and trust that it's going to be right. And in this case, it really is." How Longlegs marketing captivated viewers. Cage brings a semi-subdued, semi-off-the-rails performance as a magical, maniacal angel of death akin to a sinister tooth fairy boogeyman who preys on children on their birthday. Neon also distributed the Oregon set drama Pig, which Cage named the best performance he has ever given in a motion picture. Comparing the two performances proves that Cage remains one of the most versatile actors today. Another aspect of Neon's promotion for Longlegs involved Maika Monroe's first interaction with Cage on set. Before filming occurred, Monroe was not made aware of Cage's outlandish physical transformation. When her character Lee first encounters Longlegs in an interrogation room, crew members record Monroe's real heart rate using a microphone attached to her shirt. Monroe's heart shot from a resting rate of 76 beats per minute to a frenetic 170 BPM once she laid eyes on Cage in character. The exchange was recorded on camera and posted online, but Cage's face was blurred to retain the mystery. While serious horror fans may be disappointed by the lack of scares that Longlegs' genius marketing promises, the decision to keep Cage's character shrouded in mystery was deliberate. Perkins adds, "We are hiding something under a veil. We are hiding something under a curtain, and it's more fun to pull the sheet off when there's a lot of people watching. And I think doing that in a room with people, in an immersive experience of the theater, I'm proud to have made a movie that works well that way." Will there be a Longlegs sequel? Considering the commercial and critical success of Longlegs, $22.6 million, 86% Rotten Tomatoes, coupled with the uncertain character fates, a cinematic sequel is more likely than not. Unfortunately, if Perkins decides to continue the story of Lee Harker and Longlegs, it will be without the services of Nicolas Cage. Despite giving an acclaimed performance as the crooning Luciferian scourge, Cage has sworn off appearing in a sequel and is done playing such evil and violent characters. Speaking with IndieWire to promote the film, Cage declared, "I know that the phone's going to be ringing off the hook to play serial killers after Longlegs. And that's not really what I like to do. I don't like violence. I don't want to play people who are hurting people. Whether a sequel is made without Cage, replicating the brilliant marketing will be difficult." Part of Neon's expert promotion included the phone number, 458-666-4355, which fans could dial in real life and listen to a freaky message recorded by Cage in character as Longlegs. There's also a numerological connection to the phone number, with 666 playing a key role in Harker's deciphering of Longlegs' letters. What began as a test screening response to Cage's terrifying performance, Longlegs spun a potential turn-off into one of the most attractive marketing ploys in recent memory. Despite obfuscating Cage in the ads, Longlegs climbed over most of its box office competitors to become the second highest grosser behind Despicable Me 4 on opening weekend.